What is your personality type? Are you an INTJ, an ENFP? Those are just two of the 16 personality types from the Myers-Briggs test. Or are you a type 1? Are you a type 6? That would be from the Enneagram personality test. Are you agreeable, open, conscientious? That's from the 5-factor model, or the Big 5 personality traits test. All of these are just assessments and tools to better understand ourselves. Although we're all unique and different, there are definitely patterns that we can see play out in our lives and other people's. Hello, I'm Carla, psychotherapist and mindset coach, and on this channel, I help you get unstuck and reach your goals by exploring topics that can shift your mindset so that you can live your highest potential. As a therapist, I absolutely love using all of the new tricks and tools to not only better understand myself, but help my clients better understand themselves as well. Why do we continue to do the things we do? Why are we drawn to certain things? Why does it seem like sometimes we do things differently than other people? It's because we do fit into certain categories or types. I'm sure everybody knows what their horoscope is, depending on the month they were born, the 12 astrological signs. We can know that, oh, we're a Taurus, so we're really stubborn, or we're a Leo, so we're really fiery. If you've ever read your horoscope, I'm sure there's a lot that resonates with you, like, wow, yeah, that is me. But when you read other horoscopes as well, you're like, I can see a little bit of that in me too. And so it kind of melds into one another, and we all have a little bit of each trait within us. But we do have dominant traits or dominant ways of being. And it's through assessments like this that we can better understand ourselves. All of those assessments and tests that I mentioned, the 5-factor model, Myers-Briggs, the Enneagram, are all being used in therapeutic ways. See, when therapists work with clients who come to them that are struggling with trying to understand or navigate through a challenging time in their life, the work is always within. It's to empower the client. How can they better know themselves, regulate themselves, understand themselves, see patterns that aren't helpful so that they can not only get to their healing journey, but not reenact the same patterns over and over and over. When we know more about ourselves, when we truly have awareness, self-awareness, we do that brave work to explore, really go within and take that fearless moral inventory. It's the most empowering thing we can do for ourselves. I personally love the Enneagram, but there is a system that has kind of came into my atmosphere over the last few years. It's called human design. When I did the assessment, when I first learned about my human design and the energy type that I was, it was so validating. It was so affirmative to my life experience. To be honest, I have never experienced anything quite like human design, and something very similar called the gene keys. These two things have really helped me not only in my personal journey, but I'm starting to use it therapeutically with my clients, as well as the mindset and life coaching I do. For so long, I felt like I was different. Like people could get things, people were doing things, people had energy to do things, but I just didn't. And it would make me feel lazy, like a loser, like a failure. I always felt like other people really knew who they were. They were so solid in their lives. They stuck to one thing. But for me, my experience wasn't like that. And I felt really guilty for a long time. I felt like, gosh, Carla, why can't you just figure your life out? You're hopping around and doing all kinds of different things. Why can't you just settle down? Well, I got a lot of answers to all of these questions. It was very healing just learning about my human design. And like I said, it's very affirmative, very validating to my experience of life, and it just made me understand things so much more. This was the first book that I got. I started reading a little bit about human design, and this book is written by the person who downloaded this system, the human design system. He goes by the name of Ra Uru Hu, and this system was downloaded to him based on a combination of astrology, the I Ching, the Kabbalah, and Vedic philosophy. To be honest, there is so much information when it comes to human design. So much to learn, so much to uncover, but it is a tool for anyone, no matter what part of your journey you're on, to really help you better understand how you work. And just because I use human design does not mean that I have to know exactly how it works. I don't know how electricity totally works or how light is streamed into my bedroom, but I do use my lamps. I do not know how this computer is working, but I use my computer. So I say all that to say, don't be intimidated by this or any system, or feel like you have to study it and know the ins and outs for you to use it, because you don't. Follow your own gut, go down your own rabbit holes, explore your own design for yourself, and see if it's something that resonates with you. Now, I asked ChatGPT to explain human design to a 5-year-old, and I'm just going to read it. It says, human design is a special system that helps us understand ourselves and how we interact with the world around us. It combines different ideas from science, astrology, and ancient wisdom to create a unique map of who we are as individuals. Imagine that each person is like a puzzle made up of many different pieces. Human design helps us put those puzzle pieces together to see the bigger picture of who we are. One important thing in human design is our energy type. Just like there are many different kinds of animals, there are also different kinds of people when it comes to how we use and express our energy. Isn't that the truth? Some people are like fast and active cheetahs, while others are more like calm and patient turtles. This is so funny because that's exactly what I was describing before. I felt like everybody was like a fast cheetah, and I always described myself as a turtle, and it was validated in my energy type. I'm slow to moving. Another piece of the puzzle is our strategy. It's like having a special game plan for how we should make decisions and take action in our lives. Some people need to wait and listen to their inner voice before they make choices, while others need to talk things out with other people. That's me. Human design also looks at our unique strengths and talents. It helps us understand what we're naturally good at and what brings us joy. Just like some people are good at playing the guitar, fixing a car, gardening, or painting pictures, human design helps us discover our own special gifts. Finally, human design shows us how we can have better relationships with the people around us. It helps us understand how we can communicate and connect with different types of people. It teaches us to respect and appreciate the difference in ourselves and others. Overall, human design is like a treasure map that helps us discover and appreciate our own unique qualities. It helps us better understand our lives and live in a way that is true to who we really are. That was not bad. Thanks, ChatGPT. So I'm just going to quickly introduce the different energy types in human design and how you can find yours. There are 4 main energy types, but one of them is broken down into 2, so really there are 5 different energy types: manifestors, generators, projectors, and reflectors. The generator type has been split into 2 specific types of generator, just the classic generator, and then there's the manifesting generator, which is kind of a hybrid. So really, if you look up human design, you'll find 5 different energy types: generators, manifesting generators, manifestors, projectors, and reflectors. And depending on the date, time, location that you were born, will reveal your energy type. There are no good or bad energy types. They are all different and unique and very much needed to contribute to the whole. Now, of course, there's people out there that always try to say one type is better than another, but it's just like in horoscopes, like, oh, to be an Aquarius is better than being a Gemini. I want to be a fun, exciting, fiery Scorpio. I don't want to be a Pisces. Every single type has unique gifts, so don't get caught up in that. Now, to find your energy type, you can use free tools online. You can go to jovianarchive.com to get your free chart. You can also go to myhumandesign.com to get your free chart, and it'll tell you the basics: your energy type, your make and model, say the type of car you are, or the breed of animal that you are, your strategy, how you best make decisions in the world, and your authority, the way you work through the process to make those decisions. One that I love also is your incarnation cross, your life theme. There are 192 life themes in human design, and when you get your chart, it'll show you your unique theme. It's kind of like a through line, a little bit like your purpose or your North Star. It's probably one of your biggest gifts. So once you get your free chart, it's going to look like this. It's a body graph, and it looks pretty intimidating. It reminds me of the engine of a car, or kind of like a blueprint, and it's your unique blueprint. Depending on when you were born, determines the area of your life and where you're kind of what direction to go in. Like I said, this was one of the most powerful things for me personally when I found out about my human design and I started studying it a little bit. It provided me with so much relief. I began using it in my therapy sessions with my clients, really validating everything that they were experiencing and going through. For example, the projector types. From what I see, they're extremely open. They're like sponges. They take in all of the energies around them and then they push it out. So think about that. If you've ever felt really drained, you might need more naps than usual. It's things like this that can help you better understand, because, for example, the generators or manifesting generators have this constant, powerful energy. They are not as porous as projectors. So they can go all day, and the projectors need to take a nap. So if you don't know your type and you're around this great generator or manifesting generator and they are running circles around you, you might feel less than. But if you just knew your type, you're like, oh, this is just how I was built. They're built this way, I'm built this way. And it reminds me of that Einstein quote when they said, if you try to tell a fish to climb a tree, he'll feel like an idiot, which goes into another theme of human design, to decondition and deprogram ourselves from the homogenized or group think. Everybody is not the same. We're all individual and unique. And so it's important for us to not just go with what everybody's saying or force ourselves to do things that really aren't in our nature. I heard someone describe it one time. It's like, think of the human design. Each type is like a piece of fruit. Well, we're not all going to be thrown in a blender into a smoothie. That's homogenization. That's getting everybody as one. And it's also not to have separate tables of like, this is strawberries, this is mango, this is the banana table, but rather a fruit salad. Each individual piece is in one bowl all together to create the whole. So I do find a little bit of that in human design people, because it's the science of differentiation, which is a huge theme in family systems in psychotherapy, to not be so blended blended and enmeshed in a way that's toxic and fosters codependency and many other things, but for differentiation, to know who you are and to be able to express your gifts. But don't get it confused with separation. I know that was a lot of information, and that was just the surface. So if you're ever curious or you've ever heard about human design and you want to find out, go to jovianarchive.com or myhumandesign.com. I'm sure there are many other free ways to find your chart, and just explore yourself. See what stands out to you. There are so many free YouTube videos, articles online, so many free resources. But what I'm really loving to dive into is when you see people's charts, there's the personality or conscious side of the chart, and there's the design or unconscious side of the chart. I find that on the unconscious design side, it says a lot about the wounds and the shadows, the limiting beliefs, the lifetime themes or struggles that they go through. And every single person that I've done this deep dive on their chart with, it's astounding. It is so spot on. And so for me, it brings awareness. It's pretty objective. It's kind of there for you to look at and work with it if you want. Let me know if you want to hear a little bit more about human design. I'm sure this is the first video of many. As always, if you have any questions, please reach out, leave a comment. I consider myself an eternal student, so I am still learning every single day, and I'm still doing my own experiments, practicing with my clients, seeing how this human design, how our chart can better help us in our healing journey, and just living a more congruent and aligned life, because that's what this is all really about. Know thyself and you shall know the universe and all the gods. The more awareness we can bring, the more inner inquiry leads us to more understanding, confidence, self-esteem, and feeling like we're on the path, that we are truly living our purpose. I hope you enjoyed that. Again, I'm Carla Elizondo. See you next time.